know why you should never call a narcissist out? There's other ways that you can get what you want from them, but don't call them out. We're going to talk about that today in this video. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I'm so glad that you're here. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a globally recognized narcissist and negotiation expert and a high conflict communication expert. Plus, I'm an attorney and the best-selling author of the book, Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And I'm here to help you reclaim your power and your voice and win, not just in a negotiation, but also in life. I invite you to subscribe here and hit that notification bell. All right, so why did I choose this topic? I chose this topic because it's so often that we feel like they're attacking us, that we're not getting what we want, we're not getting acknowledged, we're not getting the things that we think that we should, or they're attacking us and gaslighting us and doing all these things. And so you just so desperately want to call them out. Maybe get them to see their behavior, have them do some self-reflection, have some self-awareness. As much as that's very understandable, and I've been there, I know exactly where you're sitting. It's very frustrating. It can even be very hurtful and very painful. And especially if you finally caught them in a manipulation or a lie or some kind of toxic behavior, you think, if I just let them know, if I just confront them, that I can get them to see the light, and then they're going to change. But the reality is, it never works. It just actually ends up having their limbic system take over, and now they're in constant defense mode. Their reason brain isn't even functioning whatsoever. And so you end up dealing with a 2-year-old in an adult body who's just going to be obstinate and more stubborn than ever, or worse, go after you, have it blow up in ways you didn't expect. And it leaves you feeling even more hurt, more defeated, more confused, more trapped, more empty, more exhausted than you did had you not brought it up. Remember, the narcissist's fragile ego is their Achilles heel. Okay, they have incredibly fragile egos. Even though they act like they're the most confident person in the room, their entire sense of self is built on this illusion of superiority and control. When you call them out, you're essentially poking at the very foundation of their identity. So what happens next? This is where we go into narcissistic supply. This is when they feel attacked and they respond with either rage or an all-out campaign to discredit you. So if you have a narcissistic boss who's maybe constantly taking credit for your work, you finally get fed up and you call them out on it in a team meeting. Actually, that was my project. Sounds empowering, right? Wrong. What's likely to happen is that your boss is either going to lash out at you right there in that moment, accuse you of lying, being disrespectful, or behind your back start a campaign against you. Now you're going to be left out of things. You're not just dealing with their ego, you're also dealing with somebody who might even start a whisper campaign, a smear campaign against you. You're dealing with somebody who needs to maintain control at all costs. If you have a narcissistic partner and you try to confront them, maybe it's about cheating. You saw the text. You know that what they're saying in these text messages is not right. And then you say, listen, I know what you're doing. You're lying. And instead of apologizing or owning up to it, what they're going to do is, I can't believe you're invading my privacy. What's wrong with you? You're paranoid, you're delusional, you're crazy. Or worse, they go into victim mode. I can't believe you don't trust me after everything that I've done for you. And now you're not getting the accountability you thought you were going to get, or the apology you thought you were going to get. You're actually left questioning whether you actually did something wrong. They take it and they turn it around on you. And if you know this is true, I want you to put "so true" in the comments. And I want you to understand that instead of clarity, that you are trying to go for, you're going to end up creating more drama, trauma, and chaos for yourself. Have you ever met somebody, they started off to be the most charming, charismatic person you've ever met in your life, then they turned out to be your worst nightmare, and then when you go to negotiate with them, they're a living hell? Well, I developed something called the SLAY method of negotiating with narcissists, and it has helped tens of thousands of people in more than 150 countries win, go from feeling drained and defeated to getting the outcomes they want. And the reason why it works is because I spent more than 20 years studying narcissism as a trial attorney, and now I'm here to help you win too, and also take your suffering and turn it into your superpower. Take your pain and turn it into profit, peace, and purpose as a highly specialized high conflict negotiation coach. If you want to learn how to do it, then just go to RebeccaZung.com/apply and I will show you how. Remember, it feeds their need for drama as well. And it gives them what they actually secretly crave, which is attention, control, getting you all twisted up in yourself, making themselves look like the victim. And guess what? You gave them the perfect opportunity to do that. If you're dealing with a narcissistic co-parent, I call them a counter-parent, and they're constantly ignoring the custody agreement, you finally blow up at them and call them out. You're always late, you're ruining our plans, you're hurting our child. They're going to twist it around and say, you're being unreasonable. I'm trying my best, you're making it impossible, you're the problem. And they're going to be the victim, right? Even if you're dealing with a narcissistic friend who's constantly making everything about them, you finally say, listen, you never listen to me, I'm always going out of my way for you. Instead of apologizing, they're going to be, wow, I didn't know you were so selfish. I'm dealing with so much and all you care about is yourself. You end up feeling worse than before. So what can you do instead? First of all, you need a support system. So the first thing I highly recommend that you do is watch one of my free trainings, which you can go to at icanslay.com, or join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung, because calling them out is not going to work for you. For example, if you're dealing with this co-parent who's always late, you could say, I noticed the pickup time was different today. Let's make sure we stick to the schedule moving forward. It's important for our child's future, which I know you really care about our child. You use that kind of neuro-linguistic programming. I know you care about this, right? I mean, of course you're going to care about your child. So let's keep the focus on the issue without giving them fuel to twist that narrative. So if a narcissist tries to bait you into an argument, you use a phrase like, that's an interesting perspective, or okay, I'll think about that. It's neutral, non-confrontational, it leaves them with nothing to work with, so they can't twist it or escalate it. Remember, when you engage with their drama, you have the power to control your emotions. They're going to do whatever they want, but you don't have to react. You can respond, don't react. Observe, don't absorb, right? That's how you're going to start to take back your power in this moment. Calling them out and saying, you're a narcissist, or you're selfish, or I can't believe you're not giving me this, or all of that. They don't care about your needs, and calling them selfish is just going to make them feel defensive. And now you're in it. Now you're pulled in, sucked in, dragged into the vortex of hell. You want to stay out of that vortex, stay above the fray, be strategic about how you're approaching the conversation with them. Then they're not giving you anything, or you're not giving them anything, rather. Because remember, anything you put your hand to is a potential trial exhibit. So if you write it down, you put it in an email, you put it in a co-parenting app, or you text it, they're going to use your reaction against you. They're going to say, look, there's the one who's crazy. There's the one who's out of control, even though they don't look at their own behavior, because they don't have the ability to do that. You're like asking somebody to have an arm if they don't have an arm. Like, they literally don't have the ability to do what you're asking them to do. If this was helpful to you, make sure that you hit that like button, you hit the share button, so that you can give this information to other people who need this advice. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that now. Subscribe so that you get more strategies to help you. Remember, you're not alone in this. All right. That's the most important thing to remember. Creating amazing retail experiences is no easy feat, especially when you're managing multiple stores, staff, workflows, fulfillment centers. But with Shopify Point of Sale, you can handle it all without the complexity. Shopify POS is your uniform command center, seamlessly integrating in-store and online operations across up to 1,000 locations. Guarantee a convenient shopping experience every time, whether it's endless aisles, ship to customer, or buy online or pick up in store. Shopify POS makes it all simpler so your customers shop how they want and your staff has the tools to close the deal every time. Plus, acquiring new customers is expensive. Shopify POS helps you retain your shoppers with personalized experiences and first-party data, giving your marketing team a competitive edge. I know we use it for shop.rebeccazung.com and it's great. It totally works. According to an EY report, businesses on Shopify POS see 22% better total cost ownership and an average sales uplift of 8.9% compared to competitors. Want more? Check out shopify.com/negotiate, all lowercase, and learn how to create the best retail experiences without complexity. That's shopify.com/negotiate. And so the next video that I want you to watch is why narcissists need a target and how you can opt out, which gives you even more information about narcissistic supply and how to be strategic in dealing with it. So I will see you in that next video. Remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life, and they only win if you give it. All right. So I will see you in that next video.